Well, good evening. My name is Bang, and I'm here to talk about using virtual reality for autism treatment. So, 1 to 2% of the global population of children are identified with autism spectrum disorder. And this means that autism is actually a lifelong developmental disability. It means that it affects how a person communicates, socializes with other people, and also learn. It means that simple concepts like colors, shapes, and numbers may be abstract to people with autism. Fortunately, early interventions have shown to be effective in improving their conditions. So these interventions are typically administered by trained specialists through the help of tools, as you can see there. So you use some of these tools to teach the concept of what's a red ball, or to simulate day-to-day tasks, such as how to pick up a phone, or how to pay with money. So use that to simulate as a way to practice, and they've shown to be effective. But the problem is, these interventions are very, very expensive. They can range from $2,000 to $4,000 per month for 4 years. And the bigger problem is, in developing countries, autism centers lack professional trainers and training tools to even administer these services. So, for example, in Malaysia, there are about 40 autism centers, but only 1,500 are served at any given time because they just do not have the resources. So, the solution that I propose is to use virtual reality to actually digitize some of these tools and environments used in scientifically backed interventions. I'll give you an example. Say you want to teach the concept of colors and shapes. You use a tool like this to actually let the autistic child practice with the help of an expert. But this you could also do and recreate in virtual reality. Another very popular tool is the multisensory room. So this one you use to calm an autistic child when he's overloaded by his senses. But you could easily change the environment in an immersive manner through virtual reality. So the main advantages of using virtual reality is that, first, it's reconfigurable through software. So you can change from one functionality to another functionality to another just with a few lines of codes. And the other is that it's potentially smart, so you could have a virtual assistant providing feedback every step of the way. What I'm proposing here is not to replace the trained specialists, but merely to use virtual reality as a tool to help the specialists deliver their services in a more accessible manner. So just think about it. If a child has shown progress, you could easily move this treatment to the homes so you can deliver more service with less resources. Here you have a chart of functionality versus cost. On one end of the spectrum, you have physical tools. They are very cheap, low in cost, but also low in functionality because one tool does one thing. On the other end, you have multisensory rooms. These are very expensive, but then they are designed to stimulate all the senses, so many functionality. Where we aim to be at is somewhere in the middle there, high on functionality because it's software, not so expensive in its cost because it's software. And if you are wondering, are there any other people doing this thing? So just very, very recently, startups in Silicon Valley have raised millions of dollars of funding exploring this very particular thing, which is to use virtual reality for autism treatment. So the sustainability model that we have in mind is to use a hardware and software subscription model so that we can lease the hardware and the software to families. And so it's more reachable. Well, in terms of traction, we have a partnership with a autism center in Malaysia, where we have begun exploring digital tools. So these are not virtual reality, so that's the next bit. So I've assembled a team of people with a very particular set of skill to do this, and we hope to help. Thank you very much.